If they won in a landslide, then why would they have to gerrymander the midterms?
Hey guys, here we go again. Welcome back to another video. I have some more winners lined up for you guys. Let's get into it.
Are you seeing what's happening in Alaska right now? Vladimir Putin got a goddamn red carpet rolled out for him in Alaska. Donald Trump there to greet him, all giddy, all happy, smiling, shaking his hand, invites him into the motorcade, the Beast, where Putin's got a big smile on his face. This is all you need to know about the state of the United States right now. Putin, the war criminal, who last night is like mass bombing civilians while he invades Ukraine, invades Europe, gets a red carpet, and the President of the United States is, oh, good to see you. But Zelensky comes to the Oval Office and gets fucking berated by Donald Trump and the fucking goons who have no soul. Zelensky goes to the Oval Office and they all just scream and yell and they're like, what a disgrace you are. What has happened to this country? Any respecting American, any real patriot is disgusted. Thinks this shit is fucking gross, because that's what it is.
I just want to be perfectly clear here that it is 2025 and people are starting to debate marriage equality again. And for those people, I just want to remind you that you are, in fact, fucking trash. So,
y'all, black people are not the problem. The LGBTQ plus community is not the problem. The problem has been and will always be the cis white male until they are finally held accountable for their vile and grotesque behavior. And when I talk about accountable, I don't mean, oh, that wasn't nice to say. I'm talking about getting punched in the fucking face.
People that work for ICE should never feel any kind of comfortability at all. They should be doxxed. They should. We should find out who the fuck they are. We should find out who their family and friends are. We should find out where they live and make sure they never, ever, ever, ever have a happy, comfortable life.
The fucking audacity! The fucking audacity! You fucking fucked up my shit! You fucked up my shit! The fucking audacity! You got this shit in the middle of the street! They cannot be there!
Let's make this abundantly clear. If you are silent about the Supreme Court being asked to overturn marriage equality, you do not have an LGBTQ friend. You don't. You know someone who is LGBTQ. You have an acquaintance. Because your silence tells them exactly where you stand. You do not get a gold star for proximity.
Trump's followers are in such a toxic relationship with that orange pig fucker. Like, he is like, I'm gonna do all these things. Gas prices are gonna go down. Grocery prices are gonna go down. Ukraine-Russia war, done. First day in office, done. He says all these things and then falls flat on his promises, does the exact opposite, and somehow all the Trump swallowers falter to their knees like, oh, he didn't mean that. That's not what he meant. He's doing it. He's doing it. Everything's so much better. It's such a toxic relationship. You guys need to figure it out. He's just not that into you.
Well, I don't know what state this young lady lives in. I'm going to assume California if gas prices and grocery prices not down for her. But as far as I'm aware, I've seen a lot of information, a lot of charts. Gas and grocery prices have dropped drastically compared to when Biden was in office. The Russia-Ukraine war. No, didn't end on day one. Did anybody realistically think he was going to end that in one phone call? Let's be a little bit realistic now. But however, he was busy stopping 6 other potential wars, wasn't he? And I don't know, when it comes to Russia-Ukraine, he's looking pretty close. I mean, he's going to have Vladimir Putin and Zelensky in a room together in a few days from now. Trump's going to be there as well. kind of looks like he's going to be getting himself a Nobel Peace Prize. You see, when you stop wars, and multiple wars at that, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. When you bomb other countries, I don't know why you're being given a Nobel Peace Prize. How did he fall flat in his face with his promises and then do the exact opposite? When you liberals get in your car and hit that record button, you should really even like jot down some notes. Take down some notes, because you guys honestly look very confused. You look around, and don't get me wrong, it happens to me sometimes. There's plenty of times where I'm jibber-jabbering away at the camera and I completely forget where I'm going with this. But this happens to you guys all the time. You guys are just never sure about anything you're saying. Again, it's all in your eyes. Your eyes don't lie. You can see that you're not confident in the words you're saying. So she started off by saying Trump supporters are in a toxic relationship with Trump, yet she had this toxic, miserable look on her face, then forces on a fake smile. And you know what she's kind of reminding me of here, and a lot of liberals remind me of this now that I really think about it, kind of like an ex-girlfriend that's a little bit pissed off and jealous that you've moved on and you found happiness. That's how a lot of liberals are. Last November, it's as if they were in a happy relationship with the Democrat Party. Now the Democrat Party essentially has kind of left them, and they are jealous and pissed off that now that it's the Republicans' turn, that now conservatives are happy, that now people on the right are the ones that are on top. And this is how a lot of liberals feel. It doesn't matter if the policies that are being passed make sense and that they're common sense policies and that woke and DEI is being pushed aside. It just doesn't matter because they're not happy. They want everybody else around them to be miserable and feel just like them. And let's be honest here. Again, you guys really need to practice before you hop in front of cameras. He is doing it. Things are better. And this isn't delusion. This isn't people living out a fantasy. Numbers don't lie. Your eyes don't lie. The proof is out there. The proof is right in front of your eyeballs. You need to block out all those negative words that are being parroted into your ears, stay away from your screens for a little bit, and just start using your eyes. Living a life on a daily basis of lie after lie after lie and mental delusions to the point where you guys try and fool yourselves that your delusions are real is truly not good for your mental health. And I know mental health is really important to you guys. You guys talk about it a lot. So why wouldn't you want to take care of your mental health? Let's be real. This has been going on for a very long time. You could look back decades and see whose mental health is doing better between liberals and conservatives, and it's definitely conservatives that are doing much better. So we must be doing something right, wouldn't you agree?
Listen, taking over DC is not a distraction from the Epstein files. It's fascism. And I keep hearing Democrats and independents and Never Trumpers saying he's just trying to distract us. No, friends, he's setting up a fascist regime. The Epstein files, the Epstein mess, has been a gift to Trump because it has distracted Democrats and independents and Never Trumpers. They can't stop talking about it. They keep spiraling about it and not paying attention to the fascism that Trump is putting into motion. And I'm just a no one from nowhere. Why would you trust me? Because I read Project 2025, because he's following it to the letter. He sent in national troops into LA to see what would happen. Not much happened. He didn't even get his hand slapped. And now he's going to continue down that road. Taking over DC is not a distraction. It's the plan. And we've got to walk and chew gum at the same time.
You realize that to redact someone's name from a document, it means that their name was in the document, right? It means that it was blacked out, but it was in the document. Because you can't black out something from a document if it wasn't.
I thought conservatives hated masks. Like, to save fellow people during a pandemic, masks were awful. But now, to brutalize people on the streets, masks are mandatory and encouraged.
It's so interesting to me when people call you a liberal as an insult and you're like, huh? Like, I'm not ashamed to be a liberal. I'm not ashamed that I think children should get access to health care regardless of their parents' shitty financial situation. I'm not ashamed to believe in public education. I'm not ashamed to think you should be able to marry whoever you want to marry because guess what? It doesn't impact anybody else who you're sleeping with. I'm not ashamed to think women should have the ability to make their own medical choices. I'm not ashamed to think that the wealthy should pay more in taxes. And best of all, I'm not in a fucking cult. I'm not ashamed to think that AK-47s shouldn't be accessible to the public. I'm not ashamed to be pro-vaccine. I just will like literally never get it. I'll never get it.
The world would be a better place if all the racist people would just simply die. It don't matter what race you is. If you racist, just DIE. And I mean exactly what I said too. I am not sorry.
You can't be a Trump supporter and a Christian. You have to choose between the two. Donald Trump, he forgoes all of the teachings of Christ. And by the way, I'm not Christian, but I am a better Christian than 99% of Christians. So here's the thing. If you think you can just forego all of the teachings of Christ, like love thy neighbor, for the sole purpose of bending the knee to your orange Führer, you're pretending to be Christian, and you will not be welcomed into the pearly gates, just like your Führer.
In 2 years, I'm going to lose my housing. All because the guidelines for Section 8 have changed since you-know-who got into office. They're saying that if you have a child that is school-aged, meaning if you don't have to stay home with your child, you have to be able to obtain employment, have a full-time job, and you cannot be on Section 8 past 2 years unless you have a disability. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? God forbid I have the stress of being a single mother, right? I have to depend on the government to help pave my way because it's really hard raising a child on your own when the government is pretty much your baby daddy, you know? You know you're going to get that check every single month. You know it's going to hit every single month, so you don't have to stress about it. And now, in 2 years, I'm not going to be able to use the government assistance that I need. That's great.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've seen other people that are on Section 8, that are on Medicaid, people that are just on government assistance overall that heavily rely on the government that have put up much better arguments than this as to why people should feel sorry for them, that they're going to lose some of their benefits. First of all, we've been through this several videos ago. What's coming up, I think it's December 2026. You have till then to be able to prove your eligibility to stay on some of these benefits, whatnot. But the thing is, she's already telling us here, from what I can pick up, she said it's hard to be a single mother raising a child. She referred to a child. Any other person that I've ever seen complaining about the same type of situation that has multiple children, they're always proud to tell you how many children that they have. She said a child. So we're going to assume that she's got one child. And she also made it clear that her child is going to be going to school soon. So what does that mean? Your child's in school, and during school hours, you can get a job. She didn't mention anything about a disability. She's given clear indications that she's an able-bodied person whose child's about to go to school. And yet she's still pouting that she can't sit on her ass and watch soap operas and TikTok all day and get paid for it by the government. And has the nerve, of course, to hop in front of a camera like most liberals like to do, and complain to the world about it, expecting people to actually feel sorry for her. I mean, just look what we just laid out on the ground. Your child's gonna be in school, you're able-bodied, you got one child, you can work. If I'm incorrect in any part of my analogy with her, and say for instance she has a disability of some sort, or maybe she's got more than one child, there's still a lot of protections on her side where she'd be able to keep her benefits. Even if she just had to do 20 hours a week of something. Ways around it if need be, if she's eligible. But she's panicking already, 2 years away, which means that she knows she will not be eligible. Her only disability is being a lazy snowflake. And not only being a lazy snowflake now, but knowing that she's still gonna have that lazy mentality in 2 years from now. This is the problem with you younger generation. You guys just simply do not want to work. You really just want to be taken care of. She just called the government her baby daddy. She is a prime example, and she just put it out there for the whole world to see as to why the government needs to cut off certain benefits from certain individuals. It's people like this that are milking the system. There's people out there much worse than her, don't get me wrong. I've seen videos of people that are really taking advantage of the system much worse than this, but she does not want to stop milking the system. I mean, if you're lazy and the government's taking care of you, yeah, I can see how you get comfortable, but you have a 2-year cushion to get prepared. Again, from the groundwork that she laid out in this video, there's absolutely no reason why she would not be able to hold down a job in 2 years from now. She put out that video with the intention to complain about how she's the victim, yet all she did was just prove the exact opposite. Her video completely justified that she should be going out to get a job in 2 years. You know, the scary thing is here, if you think back to November, what was the real reason why so many of these people were trying to vote for Kamala Harris? Was it actually because they had their country at heart, or they were just thinking free ride for another 4 years? But in all God's honesty, thank God Donald Trump won, because this woke, codependent mindset would have just kept spreading and spreading.
So my direct leader lies to higher leadership about something that I did, and before even getting my opinion, they just have punishments ready when I come back, and they just believe him. And when I come back, I have to defend myself. So as I'm going off on him, somebody's talking about you need to be the bigger person, you need to watch out for your karma. Like, yes, he was wrong, but like karma's gonna get him. Karma has never done anything to fucking help people like me. Where the fuck was karma for white people? Is there punishment for 400 years of slavery, thin lips? Is the trade for generational wealth sunburn? Tell me what the fuck karma has ever done to help people that look like me. Shut the fuck up. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. If your God wanted me to be the bigger person, he would have made me 6 foot. I'm gonna stay 5'10" and ignorant. I'm gonna cuss you hoes out. When in doubt, cuss them out. They might not be here tomorrow. I need to do the right thing and cuss you out today. I can't have you dying having it on my conscience without telling you that you're fucking garbage. Don't play with me. Karma. You know what? Tell Karma to get in line behind him, because I'm gonna beat that hoe ass too after I'm done with him. Karma. Karma gotta be white. I promise you, Karma has to be a white woman, a blonde, blue-eyed white woman, because she never has helped people that look like me. Girl, shut the fuck up. Anyway, do you see how good my skin looks in this sun? When are we gonna get into it? Oh my God, it's giving milk chocolate.
Just remember, the same people who want to ban gay marriage again are the people who crashed Grindr when you put them all in a room together. Have a great day.
The worst thing that could ever happen to the Republican Party is Hunter Biden getting off drugs. That man has literally nothing to lose, and he is a trained lawyer. Hunter Biden, Vice President, 2028. Gavin Newsom for President, 2028.
It's so funny seeing Republicans be like, I would never wish death on someone. Y'all stormed the Capitol and killed people. People died because Trump lost. You killed people. We're gonna make fun of Trump for him dying. I don't care. Y'all killed people.
This is not how I told you so is supposed to work. It is not supposed to be so fucking miserable, because the reality is we want to be wrong. We've wanted to be wrong this whole fucking time. And I told you so means that people are legitimately being harmed and killed and destroyed by the things we're right about. I told you so is supposed to be fun. I've never wanted to be wrong more in my fucking life than I do right now with this administration.
Conservatives are like, we love children, and we're like, well, you're getting rid of PBS, and they're like, no, we love children, and we're like, well, you're also trying to get rid of free school lunches, and they're like, no, we love children, and we're like, well, you're trying to hurt gay and trans kids, and they're like, no, we love children, and we're like, okay, what about gun violence, the #1 killer of kids, and they're like, no, we love children, and we're like, oh, you meant touching them. Got it.
It's been really interesting in the past, few months, but especially the past few weeks, if you're paying attention to and I don't blame you if you're not, but what's going on in alt-right Twitter spaces, because you have all these women who are explicitly alt-right, explicitly neo-Nazi sympathizers, trad wives, whatever. And they're finally coming to terms with the fact that the movement is being mean to them. The alt-right movement finally has power over our democracy, and they're sort of working out the kinks of how to mobilize fascism nationwide. So they have the Oval Office, they have power, and they're now kind of looking at these female content creators and female influencers and just being like, okay, it's time to get back to the kitchen now. It's time to take your place as a woman and start having white children to advance the white race. And these women are almost shocked. I thought I was the exception. I didn't think the leopards would eat my face. Ultimately, the men that propped them up and supported them when they felt like they just needed to get the message out, now that they're in power and now that these alt-right groups have control, they're like, okay, now it's time to do what we actually mean to do, which is suppress female voices and minority voices, and you should just be submissive to your husband, and you shouldn't have a job, and you shouldn't have rights, and you shouldn't be able to vote, and you should stay in the kitchen. And they're like, like shocked by this.
Okay, first of all, let's get something clear with you liberals out there. I know a lot of you are miserable. Even if you guys are in relationships, you're not in like a real relationship. You're not in this true committed relationship where you can picture being with somebody for the rest of your life. Chances are you're even confused about your sexuality. That seems to be a very common theme over there. But when you just see somebody who's on Twitter, a young lady who's happy, who you refer to as a trad wife, a nice traditional, good, wholesome woman, it doesn't mean that she's a neo-Nazi. I'd like to know how you guys correlate that. How does that make sense? So to you, a happy white woman, because I'm going to assume he's talking about white people, right? It's just there's so much hatred towards the white people now coming from the liberals, that a happy white woman automatically now must be a Nazi. They must be fascist, they must be racist, they must be just like a slave too for their nationalist, whatever, white supremacist husband, right? It's to the point where you guys, your desperation is really starting to look pitiful at this point. You're just screaming in opposite words how miserable you are inside, how lonely you are inside, how insecure you are inside. This is why you guys try and project everything on everybody else. And when you guys weren't doing this on a daily basis, it was more effective. And now you guys are doing this all the time. It's become extremely ineffective. When you guys call somebody a Nazi, they really don't care. They don't care what you guys have to say. And why do I say they don't care? It's not because you're less of a person. It's not that we look down on you. We think that you're less human than we are. It's nothing to do with that at all. But when you say the same thing over and over and over, it's only normal. It's natural human reaction that it becomes absolutely ineffective. And that honestly kind of sucks for you guys because you guys really don't like us much and you're just running out of anything to use against us. Like nothing has an effect anymore. It must actually be quite frustrating to have zero effect on your opposition. Your words no longer have any meaning behind them. It just looks like jealousy. It looks like desperation. It's quite honestly sad and pathetic at this point. And just on a closing note here, I think you guys should really start looking up definitions of words that you guys use, because I do know that you guys are highly educated. You guys talk about it all the time, but this isn't fascism. You should honestly look up the meaning of fascism. This isn't Nazis. You're definitely not dealing with Nazis. You should actually look up some history and see what Nazis were actually like. You're not living under a dictatorship. You also do not live in a democracy, you live in a constitutional republic. So once again, not only are your words completely ineffective, but they also don't make any sense. All right, guys, that is it for this one. I feel less smart now than I did 29 minutes ago. If you guys are new to the channel and you're not subscribed as of yet, please consider doing so. If not, if you can interact with the video in one way or another, it'll be greatly appreciated. Of course, I still have one more clip to outro you guys with. And until next video, have a good one, guys.
Hey, Trump gotta go. I'm sorry. Hey, if you want to be evil, you know, and like be inhumane, I just really feel like it's a place for that. This Mother Earth. It's love, light, and peace here, baby. Look, they say chaos and crazy stuff and love got to exist to bring balance. I understand that. Hey, this shit got to come to an end. It's a wrap. Man, I don't care, bro. I don't care because y'all, it's easy for a lot of MAGA people to sit on the other side of this screen and say, well, da da da. And I don't care about that because guess what? You sitting on the other side of that screen in the comfort of your home with your kids and all your family and y'all good. A lot of stuff just don't affect you. And I understand that and I get that. Again, I said in one of my posts before, life don't hit until it happened to you. And just because you feel like because you a supporter, it's not affecting you right now, I promise you it will. It will. I don't want nothing bad to happen to Trump. I want him to be better. I pray for people when they cause their own demise because I feel like he caused his own demise. He has to go. Period. Dog, it's August. He just got in January. Like, no. Hey, bro, I want all the smoke. He gotta go. He got to go. He has got to go. And y'all playing, y'all MAGA supporters, y'all playing. But some of these things that he's putting in place is affecting you right now. You just trying to save face. This shit gonna hit you where it hurt. I'm telling you, bro. We 8 months into a 4-year term. Bro, you think ain't nothing gonna happen to you? You think ain't nothing gonna phase you? You think ain't nothing gonna change or nothing? Bro, I refuse, bro, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I refuse. We not finna go through 4 years of this shit. I can't even see this shit lasting 4 years. I don't even know why I'm tripping. Just watch the fucking shit show. Watch.